Hello, this is part 11J of the book Pantheism Plus, and this relates to Jainism and how Jainism relates to Pantheism Plus. Principles and beliefs. Jainism differs from other religions in its concept of the divine. Jainism regards every living soul as potentially divine. When the soul sheds its karmic bonds completely, it attains divine consciousness. It prescribes a path of non-violence to progress the soul to this ultimate goal. Jainism encourages spiritual development through reliance on and cultivation of one's own personal wisdom and self-control. The goal of Jainism is to realize the soul's true nature. Samyak Darshan Gyan Charitrani Moksha Marga. This means true/right perception, knowledge, and conduct. Known as the triple gems of Jainism, provides the path for attaining liberation, moksha, from samsara, the universal cycle of birth and death. Moksha is attained by liberation from all karma. Those who have attained moksha are called siddha, liberated souls, and those who are attached to the world through their karma are called samsarin, mundane souls. Every soul has to follow the path as prescribed by the jinas and revived by the tirthankaras to attain the ultimate liberation. Another major characteristic of Jain belief is the emphasis on the consequences of not only physical but also mental behaviors. Jain practices are derived from the above fundamentals. For example, the principle of non-violence seeks to minimize karmas which may limit the capabilities of the soul. Jainism views every soul as worthy of respect because it has the potential to become siddha, param atma, high soul. Because all living beings possess a soul, great care and awareness is essential in one's actions in the incarnate world. Jainism emphasizes the equality of all life, advocating harmlessness towards all, whether these be creatures great or small. This policy extends to even microscopic organisms. Jainism acknowledges that every person has different capabilities and capacities, and therefore assigns different duties for ascetics and householders. The great vows of Mahavrata are prescribed for monks, and limited vows, Anuvrata, are prescribed for householders. These are 5 basic ethical principles, vows, prescribed. Non-violence, 1. Non-violence, ahimsa, to cause no harm to living beings. 2. Truth, satya, to always speak the truth in a harmless manner. 3. Non-stealing, asteya, to not take anything that is not willingly given. 4. This principle does not agree with my beliefs, but can correspond with the precept about sexual misconduct. 5. Non-possession, aparigraha, to detach from people, places, and material things. Satya, truthfulness, is also to be practiced by all people. Given that non-violence has priority, all other principles yield to it whenever there is a conflict. For example, if speaking the truth will lead to violence, it is perfectly ethical to be silent. Asteya, non-stealing, is the strict adherence to one's own possessions without desire to take another's. One should remain satisfied by whatever is earned through honest labor. Any attempt to squeeze others and/or exploit the weak is considered theft. Some of the guidelines for this principle are: 1. Always give people fair value for labor or product. 2. Never take things which are not offered. 3. Never take things that are placed, dropped, or forgotten by others, unless it is highly impractical or nearly impossible to find the proper owner and/or to return it to him/her, e.g. to attempt to return a penny to an owner that is no longer in town as of long ago. 4. Never purchase cheaper things if the price is the result of improper method, e.g. pyramid scheme, illegal business, stolen goods, etc. Aparigraha, non-possession, is the renunciation of property and wealth before initiation into monkhood, without entertaining thoughts of the things renounced. This is done so one understands how to detach oneself from things and possessions, including home and family, so one may reach moksha. For householders, non-possession is owning without attachment because the notion of possession is illusory. The reality of life is that change is constant. Thus, objects owned by someone today will be property of someone else in the future days. The householder is encouraged to discharge his or her duties to related peoples and objects as a trustee without excessive attachment. Main points. Some of the below may not apply to those practitioners that don't believe in divine oneness. Every living being has a soul. Every soul is potentially divine with innate qualities of infinite knowledge, perception, power, and bliss, masked by its karmas. Therefore, regard every living being as yourself, harming no one, and be kind to all living beings. Every soul is born as a celestial, human, subhuman, or hellish being according to its own karmas. Every soul is the architect of its own life, here or hereafter. When a soul is freed from karmas, it becomes free and free to attain divine oneness or divine consciousness, experiencing infinite knowledge, perception, power, and bliss. Right view, right knowledge, and right conduct, triple gems of Jainism, provide the way to this realization. Every soul has the potential to achieve divine consciousness, siddha, through its own efforts. Non-violence, ahimsa, is the foundation of right view, the condition of right knowledge, and the kernel of right conduct. Non-violence is compassion and forgiveness in thoughts, words, and actions toward all living beings. It includes respecting views of others, non-absolutism. Jainism stresses on the importance of controlling the senses, as they are the gateway for creating soul's attachments and aversions to non-living matter. Limit possessions and lead a pure life that is useful to yourself and others. Owning an object by itself is not possessiveness. However, attachment to an object is. Non-possessiveness is the balancing of needs and desires while staying detached from our possessions. Enjoy the company of the holy and better qualified to be merciful to those afflicted and tolerate the perversely inclined. 4 things are difficult for a soul to attain. 1. Human birth. 2. Knowledge of the law. 3. Faith in the law. And 4. Practicing the right path. It is important not to waste human life in evil ways. Rather, strive to rise on the ladder of spiritual evolution. The goal of Jainism is liberation of the soul from the negative effects of unenlightened thought, speech, and actions. This goal is achieved through clearance of karmic obstructions by following the triple gems of Jainism. Thank you for listening, and this will continue with part 11K. Goodbye, and may peace, love, and happiness be with you.